Hey, it's Ham, coming at you with this bonus episode of the Hamm-Cast. This is something I decided to do on a whim, so we're introducing the idea of a bonus episode. So, let's get into it. What are we talking about on this bonus episode? Well, to give some context or pretext, or let's preface it with this. The past couple days, today is May the 4th, this will be releasing on May the 5th. So May the 3rd, Hasbro posted a stream. They revealed a bunch of Black Series product. I've been hot on the Black Series recently, just because they've been doing a lot more stuff that I'm interested in, I guess you could say. Let's get into it. A lot of decent and even great reveals from that Pulse stream. Cool stuff. Darth Malgus, Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, a new Mando, which was desperately needed. Lots of good stuff coming out. And at the end of that, they even, tease some stuff coming in the future with, their pipeline reveals where they show a photo of, future items, such as Anakin from the Phantom Menace and Padme from the Phantom Menace, specifically Padme in the Battle of Naboo, which I thought was interesting, but hey, at least we're getting a Padme. So to talk about this, what I want to do is add to the conversation of what should the Black Series make going forward. They make a lot of stuff based off of, new media, Mandalorian. I mean, they make a shit ton of figures off of the Mandalorian, which I'm not complaining about because I'm a fan of the show. Andor is now out, and they made a decent batch of Obi-Wan figures, But there's, some lacking areas, specifically in the prequels. And what I'm going to do here is just outline, some figures from the original 6 movies, plus Clone Wars, that the Black Series could make, and what could, what they could do. Because, this is definitely going to get to the Black Series team and help them decide things and stuff like that. Anyways, let's get into it. We're going in chronological order here. We're going to start with the Phantom Menace. What figures could they make from the Phantom Menace? They've made a few, in the first ever wave of the Black Series. Darth Maul was out. And then, they took a break from prequel characters for a while, especially the Phantom Menace. I think the next figures released from the Phantom Menace after that were I think they did the Battle Droid. That's, I think that was supposed to be Phantom Menace, but that can kind of be all of the prequels. Now, the color tone they went for was definitely like Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, not the dark orange from Attack of the Clones. But, they did the Battle Droid, they did Padawan Obi-Wan, they even did Qui-Gon. Though Qui-Gon was before the face printing technology, though they did release one with the face printing technology, I think in, was it 2019, maybe? Or, no, I think that was a part of 50th anniversary Lucasfilm. Either way, that was like a Best Buy exclusive or something. Very odd choice to make an exclusive. Anyways, first figure on the list, Qui-Gon, parentheses, Tatooine. So what I'm talking about here is him on Tatooine with the poncho. But of course the poncho can be removed. So, get a new Qui-Gon out there. That'd be pretty awesome, I think. Maybe I don't have that figure, so I don't know how the body is. But, I love it when we can update a figure and put it on a new body with face printing technology and all that stuff. And, Qui-Gon with the poncho on is, it's iconic, I'd say. I mean, ponchos are in style after Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Next up from the Phantom Menace is Padme, but Padme's iconic look from the Phantom Menace, her queen look, the elegant red dress, the white face makeup with the red accents. Very cool stuff. She's probably not going to move like an action figure, but she doesn't really move when she's in that dress, so she's very much going to be a display piece. But I think that Padme is what you think of when you think of Padme from Phantom Menace. Next up is Padawan Anakin from the end of the movie at the Naboo celebration. He's a Padawan. He's wearing his Jedi robes. He's got his little training saber. He's got his little rat tail going on. And, the Vintage Collection has this Anakin. We're going to get the, Anakin throughout the rest of the movie in Black Series. I think we need Padawan Anakin too, because why not? And then boom, boom, ding dong. Time to explain kind of what I'm doing here. With each movie, I'm listing a couple of figures that should probably be made and a fan channel item. Now, what I'm doing with these fan channel items is, number one, I think fan channel exclusives are the easiest exclusives to get a hold of. And number two, I'm making them all multi-pack, so 2-pack, 3-pack type situation. This is a Duel of the Fates pack. So, get Obi-Wan in there, get Qui-Gon in there, and get Maul in there. And it's got to be a brand new Maul. That Maul all the way from Black Series Wave 1, while it served its purpose, and, it was released in the archive wave, I think the first archive wave maybe, or the second, I don't remember. But he's due for an update, because the Maul figures we're getting now, like the like comic book Maul we got, the shirtless one, and the Season 7 Clone Wars Maul are fantastic. And I think Phantom Menace Maul, in his first appearance, and probably most iconic appearance to, the general public, deserves a good update. Obi-Wan, as a Padawan, is cool. I don't have the original release. I do know that wasn't like an updated body back then. Is it up to current standards? I don't know. If anything, I'd love to see, an updated Padawan Obi-Wan. In the Qui-Gon I was talking about, you got the Tatooine Qui-Gon, that's the general release, with the removable poncho. So you can make it, Duel of the Fates Qui-Gon if you'd like. But with this Qui-Gon, of course, it's going to be new body Qui-Gon. Because, we gotta update things. We can't just release one figure and then archive it 5 years later and be like, well, here you go. You gotta update things after time, because the technology's getting better. We can't just have a 10-year-old figure get archived for the second time for some reason. I'll talk about that later when we get into A New Hope. Moving on to Attack the Clones. What do we need from Attack of the Clones? We need the freaking B2 Super Battle Droid. That'd be an amazing figure, brand new everything. They always make a brand new everything for droids. And the B2 Battle Droid needs to be made based off of Attack of the Clones, not Mandalorian, not Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones. Now, if they take the model from Attack of the Clones and just slap it in a Clone Wars box, I'm going to consider that a win, But it needs to be based off of its appearance in Attack of the Clones. Second up for Attack of the Clones is new Jango Fett. Now, we have two Jango Fetts. We have Gaming Greats Jango Fett and the original release of Jango Fett. The original release has his jetpack from later in the movie, and it did not feature face printing technology. The Gaming Greats Jango Fett did feature face printing technology. And it had his jetpack from the beginning of the movie, the one that gets blown up in the fight with Obi-Wan on Kamino. The body is, I'm fairly certain, based on that, kind of partially based on that, like, original Boba Fett from the Black Series. And let's just say that's not the best. We need a new Jango Fett, especially with all the great service they've been doing to Boba Fett and Mandalorian characters nowadays. We need a new Jango. That'd be awesome. Ending off Attack of the Clones, I think Attack of the Clones is great, but I don't know if there's a lot of characters you can really pull from. You can pull from a lot of the Jedi at the end, Luminara, Barriss Offee. Let's get a Coleman Trebor up in there. The most powerful character there is, Coleman Trebor. Go great with a Jango Fett figure. But we're going to end off Attack of the Clones with the fan channel Geonosis Duel Pack. What are we doing here? We need a new Padawan Anakin, because the old Padawan Anakin was based on that original Revenge of the Sith Anakin body. And that's great, but time's passed and we need a new Padawan Anakin. Now, the kind of idea with this pack is it's a fan channel exclusive. And my idea with these fan channel exclusives is that they're not going to remain that. Like, the Maul that was a fan channel exclusive from Phantom Menace will eventually get single packed because that's what they do with the Black Series. But this new Anakin will eventually get single packed. Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones, because who doesn't love a Jedi mullet? He needs a new head sculpt because the Obi-Wan we did get from Attack of the Clones was like very more blonde looking for some reason. And let's update him. Hell, I'm living in a fantasy world with this list, so let's do it. Let's update Obi-Wan. New body, new head sculpt. Dooku, I think I have the Dooku figure. I think it's a very good figure. Great likeness to Christopher Lee, and I think the soft goods on it is really good. It sits very flush with his body and looks nice. And, that Dooku can go great for Attack of the Clones or most of Clone Wars. Except that one time he was in, his pajamas. We could get Jamie's Dooku for the Clone Wars, or that the Yoda vision from the Lost Missions season. But Dooku, and this time, give him some Force lightning effects. And of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan, since this is the Geonosis duel, they won't come with their regular sabers. Anakin will come with the green saber, and Obi-Wan will come with the random blue saber that those Jedi threw them in the arena. But of course, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Count Dooku, the plan is we'll just re-release them later as single cards in the main line, and then they can have their main lightsabers. You gotta think like the company to get your stuff out there, I guess. Just kidding. It's a bunch of bullshit. This is just me spitballing here. Having fun. Having fun, because we're talking about toys here. Clone Wars, this is probably my favorite thing that does not get enough love from the Black Series, even though we just got 4 figures revealed, 5s, Ahsoka, a basic Phase 2 Clone Trooper, and a Magna Guard. 4's great. Let's keep it rolling, though. Do a whole Clone Wars wave. I also think Clone Wars is kind of a license to print money, because, damn, there's just not a lot of Clone Wars figures, and whenever I see them go up for pre-order and then eventually go in stock, they always get sold out. The only one I haven't seen sold out is Aura Singh, but even that's kind of a deep cut kind of figure. So you kind of expect that to not sell out too fast. For Clone Wars, we're going to start off. Let's get some of the main characters here. Anakin and Obi-Wan in their Season 3 looks to go with the recent Ahsoka that they revealed. I think that'd be great. Plus, I can't get in their minds. They did the Season 7 Ahsoka. That's the first Ahsoka figure in the, Clone Wars Black Series line. And now they're doing a second Ahsoka with her Season 3 look. So in the Clone Wars, we got those Target exclusive, classic 08 packaging Anakin and Obi-Wan, and that's their Season 1 looks. So we've already got those looks. Let's give them their second looks. The, kind of in between Attack of the Clones, in between Revenge of the Sith, kind of inching more that way kind of look. I think that'd be epic, and it would go with the recent mainline Ahsoka. So, the mainline releases match each other, and that'd be pretty good way to go about it. Savage Opress up next. Savage Opress is just pure badassery. I mean, he's just big buff yellow Maul, who had this axe spear type weapon at first. Give him that, but also give him his cool ass double bladed lightsaber. He's so cool. I'm stumbling over my words. I think Savage Opress in the Black Series is a long shot. He'll probably sit on pegs. And number 2, he's a bigger character, so they're going to make him a damn not a damn exclusive. They're going to make him a damn deluxe. The price we pay in 2023. coming up next, any clones ever. It's the Clone Wars. So we got to make clones, give me unit clones, kind of like what they did with the 212th or 187th Battalion troopers. But don't make them Walgreens exclusives. They're army builders. Put them in stores. Kids like clone troopers. Adults like clone troopers. It's something that you just see and you're like, damn, that's cool. And you buy one. Or two if you're, a collector. Any type of troopers. Regular troopers, named troopers. Gregor, Thorn, Commander Doom, just, for example, etc., etc. You can make so many clones from the Clone Wars. Phase 1, Phase 2. Hell, if their armor doesn't change much, like design-wise, from Phase 1 to Phase 2, just throw in an extra helmet. Give them their Phase 1 helmet. Give them their Phase 2 helmet. Be creative with it. And then to end off this little Clone Wars segment, the Victory and Death fan channel exclusive. Make a brand new Season 7 Ahsoka, because while we have a Season 7 Ahsoka, it's just a bunch of reuse from the Rebel's body, and I think a new torso and a mediocre head sculpt. I like that figure. It was part of what got me back into the Black Series. But I'd love a new, more accurate Ahsoka from, the series finale of the Clone Wars. And who's she coming with in this 2-pack? None other than a new Phase 2 Rex. The original Phase 2 Captain Rex is, great. He's also really hard to find and now really expensive. And I'm more partial to the new clone body. I think the recent plain Phase 2 Trooper that they released that they have revealed as part of the Black Series Clone Wars thing is a step in the right direction for the new clone body, I think. It looks great. I love how it moves. I love how it's kind of like it takes the best, to me at least, it takes the best of animation, it takes the best of the live action and puts them in one. And, I think we're overdue for a new Captain Rex. And of course, it's going to be fan channel at first, but then it gets released into the main line. And we get 3 Ahsoka figures for the Clone Wars. But, the first one was a Walmart exclusive. So, yeah. Victory and Death Pack, Season 7 Ahsoka, and a new Phase 2 Rex. Because we need updates on those. That wasn't the end of the Clone Wars. Let me end it off with just a basic figure, the BX Commando Droid. Commando droids, appeared in the Clone Wars and played a huge part throughout. Plus, you can do some Gaming Greats variants. I know Hasbro loves their Gaming Greats repaints. You do a regular one, and then you do the Gaming Greats repaints for GameStop or whatever. Apparently, Gaming Greats can be mainline now with the Cal Kestis figure and the new Old Republic figures. So yeah, BX Commando Droid. Moving on to Revenge of the Sith. So many great figures, but, let's not go too crazy. I've got to limit myself here. Darth Sidious. Because, we have Emperor Palpatine. Let's get him back when he first revealed himself. Back when he was talking about reorganizing the Republic into the first galactic empire. Let's get that Darth Sidious, and of course give him his lightsaber and give him some Force lightning hands. Black Series isn't partial to giving alternate hands, but I think for certain characters, I know they don't like to do it, but for certain characters it's just necessary to do that. And I think Jedi are probably the most necessary. Have them, Force push hand, Force choke hand, all kinds of things. But Darth Sidious is first for Revenge of the Sith. Coming up next, Commander Cody, brand new Commander Cody, should be done. Of course, give him the removable helmet. Of course, Captain Rex from the Clone Wars should have a removable helmet. If we've seen the clone's face, they need to have a removable helmet to see them. The original release of Commander Cody did not have a removable helmet. The original release of Commander Cody is also gummy as hell. And they decided that in 2021 or 2022, I don't remember when they did the archive release, that a figure like that was just in need of a re-release. And that's untrue. We just need a new Commander Cody. Coming up next, Yoda. We need Yoda from the prequels. I mean, Yoda doesn't change much look-wise throughout the prequels. So, like, a Revenge of the Sith Yoda would work for Phantom Menace. It would work for Attack of the Clones. But a Yoda and his, with his green lightsaber and all that, that would be so epic just to have, and you can give him a little more articulation this time around. Have him, to have him jump around and fight that Darth Sidious figure from earlier. C-3PO from specifically Revenge of the Sith, not just the prequels. He was a skeleton in Phantom Menace, and he was all dirtied up in Attack of the Clones, and then his head was on the body of a battle droid. But C-3PO from Revenge of the Sith would be a great addition, because there he's got like the full nice gold body. By the time of A New Hope, he's got like the silver bottom leg piece. And, he's been through it a little bit. But, C-3PO in Revenge of the Sith is looking fresh. He's looking clean. Next up, this is like a cool deluxe vehicle type situation. Commander Neo with a BARC speeder bike. It's Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars is coming to an end. Why not, make a cool clone figure of Commander Neo on the speeder bike, and then eventually you can do Stas Ali on a speeder bike and have him blow her to hell for Order 66. And to end off on the fan channel exclusive pack, let's talk Battle of the Heroes pack with Anakin, which in this pack he'll be named Darth Vader, and he's going to have his evil Sith eyes head and all the, evil Anakin goodness. And then, of course, an Obi-Wan. Of course, these are both going to need to be brand new figures for these characters. And in this Battle of the Heroes pack, you can have the kind of burnt up costumes of them, because while they were fighting, the magma was bubbling and the ash was like falling on their costume and burning pieces of it and stuff like that. And then, of course, when we do the mainline re-release, we do the good version of Anakin with, a regular head and a clean costume and a nice Jedi robe to go along with it. And we do the same thing for Obi-Wan. And then we get the best of both worlds. We get our Battle of Heroes, Obi-Wan and Anakin, and we get our, beginning of the movie, Obi-Wan and Anakin. Moving on to A New Hope. What do we need from A New Hope? Well, we need a new Luke, Leia, Han, and Ben Kenobi. All those figures are, in my opinion, terribly dated. They need new bodies. They need new head sculpts. Especially Han Solo. I mean, that Han Solo figure they re-released on a Power of the Force card, and he's still got that stupid giraffe neck. So we just need, and Luke, I'm talking farm boy Luke here. Next up is another Luke figure, because I'm a sucker, and you can make Luke in any and every costume he's been in, and I'll get it, because he's my favorite. What do we need now? Let's talk about it. Recently, in that Hasbro Pulse livestream, they revealed another archive re-release of the very first Star Wars The Black Series figure, Luke Skywalker, in his, X-Wing jumpsuit from the end of A New Hope, his pilot outfit. It was great in 2013 for the most part. It was cool when they re-released it as a part of the first wave of archive and gave him the updated face printing. But a second re-release, where they're probably not going to do much, maybe they'll give him a new head sculpt. That's something they've kind of started to do on archive releases. They gave the Force Awakens Han Solo a brand new head sculpt. But that a 10-year-old figure is not a step in the right direction for even the archive line. We need a new pilot Luke for, just for Luke's sake, and for the next figure, Biggs Darklighter. Biggs Darklighter is Luke's friend. It'd be cool to have him on the shelf. Now, I know Black Series doesn't have X-Wings, and you're not going to be able to put Biggs in an X-Wing, but he's part of, he's part of the Alliance. He's part of a hangar bay display. You know, you have him and Luke walking through the hangar and all that. And I think Biggs is probably an obvious choice for a figure that hasn't been made from A New Hope. The fan channel item is the Death Star Infiltration Pack, and that's Han and Luke in Stormtrooper disguise. These are easy. Just use the 2020 Stormtrooper body. I think they had holsters on, the holsters for the E11. I'm fairly certain they had those. Just, put some new Han and Luke heads on them and give them removable Stormtrooper helmets, and boom, you got it. Easy peasy, because the 2020 Stormtrooper body is, basically perfect. And not going to need to make much new for this fan channel item. Empire Strikes Back, I think, has had a renaissance in the Black Series for the most part. The 40th anniversary brought upon like the Dagobah Luke, which is a good figure, I think. The Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader is the best Darth Vader in the Black Series to date. And yeah, Empire Strikes Back Han, best Han probably. Empire Strikes Back Hoth Leia, really good. It's just, they just really knocked it out of the park with all the Empire figures. The only main figure that I've chosen for Empire Strikes Back is Bespin Fatigue's Luke. He needs a redo, because what they did for 40th is they just slapped a brand new head on the old Bespin Fatigue's Luke, which, even, in my opinion, even back in the day, I had the original Bespin Luke figure. Even back then, it wasn't the best. So we need a new Bespin Luke. Other figures you could make new Snow Troopers. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe a new Lando, though Lando figures seem to not sell for some reason. I don't get it. I like Lando. Fan channel pack is Bespin Duel. Just reuse the Empire Strikes Back Vader. It's the best Vader in the line, has butterfly joints, good for posing. And then you just take the new Bespin Luke that I just mentioned, and you basically make it, the end of the battle where he's all fucked up, looking like he's about to just give up on life. Make his hand removable, and then give him the thing that they kind of put over his little cut off hand nub on the Millennium Falcon when they pick him up. That'd be pretty neat accessory. So yeah, Bespin Duel Pack for fan channel. Return of the Jedi, just a couple figures here. Of course, I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to Luke Skywalker, so give me a Jabba's Palace Luke on that new Luke body. I recently got the Imperial Light Cruiser Luke from The Mandalorian, and I think they're just step in the right direction for Luke Skywalker. That's the body that the Book of Boba Fett kind of Jedi gi Luke is going to be on. And it's the Return of the Jedi Luke that will be released later this year. And both of those look like good releases to me. So yeah, let's get Jabba's Palace Luke. Just reuse that body. Give him two fleshy hands. Give him the the tunic piece without the belt, of course, and give him his lightsaber. Give him the cloak, the brown cloak that he wears. Give him that blaster that he pulls from one of the goons in Jabba's palace. And hell, if you want to go crazy, give him a bone for a Rancor that we'll never have, because, well, the Rancor, whatever. 9 Numb is a figure. I mean, this is a big character. 9 Numb laughs goofily and co-pilots the Millennium Falcon in the Battle of the Second Death Star alongside Lando. I mean, you ask me, 9 Numb is like, he's one of those rebellion heroes. Mon Mothma from Return of the Jedi. Honestly, this Mon Mothma from Return of the Jedi, you can do the original actress's facial likeness, or you could do the Genevieve O'Reilly. I believe that's her name, Genevieve O'Reilly, facial likeness. It could go either way. Pack both heads in for all I care. But Mon Mothma. And then I don't have a fan channel pack for Return of the Jedi. I just couldn't really think of anything. But the last item for Return of the Jedi and the last item for this cool little list is a new Chewie. We've been using the same Chewie body since A New Hope Chewie back in the blue line packaging. And, well, I think it's time he gets an update. He needs a little bit better movement. And Return of the Jedi Chewie's my favorite. I think he's just looking great in Return of the Jedi. And, of course, we don't need a chain around his neck. Just make it our basic Chewbacca. And then if you want to do A New Hope Chewbacca, do him later. Just change out the headpiece. Anyways, this has been my little bonus episode about Star Wars The Black Series and things I'd like to see from, I guess, the main Star Wars saga plus Clone Wars. I don't really know what I'd want to see from the sequels. They're not really my cup of tea. I didn't really want to delve into all the Disney Plus shows because Lord knows they'll make every single version of every single character from the Disney Plus shows because that's new media. So yeah, that's cool. Maybe they could do some Tales of the Jedi figures. I think that'd be cool. I'll end it off on that. All right, I hope you've enjoyed listening to this bonus episode. I hope you've had fun with me, dreaming of figures that a quarter of them might be a reality in the next 5 years. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a good day. And until next time, be cool.